I'm Catherine Cortez Masto.
Ruben came from humble beginnings.
Across the country, Democrats, Republicans, and super PACs are spending millions of dollars to mobilize Hispanic voters. But if they show up to vote this year, Hispanics won't necessarily find one of their own on the ballot. There are only about a dozen new Hispanic congressional candidates nationwide. But we're here in Nevada, a state that this year at least may be ahead of the political and demographic curve. They usually have very close congressional races here, and they've got a growing Hispanic population. So Democrats seem to have figured out the easiest way to win those races: recruit some Hispanic candidates.
I am able to stand before you today with the opportunity to be elected as the first Latina ever to the United States Senate.
One of them is Democrat Catherine Cortez Masto. She's running to replace retiring Senator Harry Reid. The other is Ruben Kihuen, a Democratic congressional candidate hoping to become Nevada's first Hispanic congressman. Both are locked in tight races with Republican opponents. Both know that they need fellow Hispanics to help them win, so they talk often about their heritage and frequently attack Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump for what he said about immigrants. When you heard Trump say last summer what he said about Mexican immigrants, what did you think?
He's talking about my family. It's very offensive. So every family that has come from Mexico, and please know this, in Nevada, the population here, the Hispanic population is 27.5% of the population, and a majority are from Mexico.
Esperemos que esta elección si quieran votar.
Data compiled by the nonpartisan Reflective Democracy Campaign finds that among all minority groups, Latinos are the most underrepresented. Republicans may have high-profile Latino leaders like Marco Rubio or Ted Cruz, but overall, most of the nation's Hispanic political figures are Democrats. Has the Democratic Party nationally done enough to recruit Hispanics? Are they perhaps not doing as well as they could in other parts of the country?
I mean, look, what I can tell you is that here in Nevada, the Democratic Party has made a cogent effort in recruiting Latinos to run. Obviously, you know, sometimes you gotta, when you knock on the door and nobody answers, you gotta, push yourself in. That's what I had to do. But I knew that once I was in, I wanted to keep that door open for others to come. The Democratic Party is a party that says, yes, you're an immigrant from Guadalajara, Jalisco, you weren't born here, but you know what? We want you to be a congressman.
Has Trump been as motivating a force for Hispanics in this state as people would be led to believe, or are Democrats going to have to do something else to make sure they turn out, especially for Clinton?
I believe that Latinos are going to come out in historic numbers again. And not necessarily because they want to support the Democratic Party, not only because they want to support Democrats, but also because they want to send a message to Donald Trump. And we believe that Latinos are going to come out in strong force in 2016 and not only help Hillary Clinton become our president, but also Catherine Cortez, the first Latina senator, and Ruben Kihuen, the first congressman from Nevada.
With Election Day around the corner, Cortez Masto and Kihuen can likely count on strong Hispanic support, but there's evidence she may be struggling to connect. You're trailing the congressman now by a few points, depending on whichever poll you look at. Why is this race so tight?
I can tell you this, Nevada's traditionally hard to poll, but let me say this, as somebody who's won statewide twice before, to me it is about getting out and talking to voters.
A recent poll by Univision found that nearly 4 in 10 Hispanic voters didn't know enough about Cortez Masto to register an opinion, even though she has a wide lead among Hispanics against her Republican opponent, Joe Heck. Win or lose, Cortez Masto, Kihuen, and others like them running this year likely mark the beginning of a new generation of Latino politicians. I'm Ed O'Keefe for The Washington Post.